It's that time of year again. Snow is falling, Christmas trees are coming out, stockings hung with care, a time of giving to those you love. Yep, you guessed it, it's college football bowl season and the playoffs. I'm Dylan Hilder, this is the Dylan Hilder Show. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. So, today I'm going over Ohio State and Georgia in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm going to be brutally honest with you here. I know there's a lot of Buckeye fans that are going to watch this, and I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. It's going to be a bad day to be an Ohio State Buckeye on New Year's Eve, especially Georgia coming off a game where they gave up 30 points to LSU. You may have seen a lot of the experts say Ohio State got blown out at home and they're going to come in angry, and yeah, and you can come out angry all you want. That Georgia defense is going to come out just as angry because LSU just hung 30 on that defense with Garrett Nussmeier. And when both teams are angry, the more physical team is going to win out. We have seen this game play out twice on the grandest of stages. First, we saw Georgia-Tennessee. Hendon Hooker, he's a bit more dynamic than C.J. Stroud. And Tennessee is better at running the ball. And Georgia was still able to hold Tennessee to under 100 yards on the ground. In Tennessee, as I said, they're better at running the ball. Here's Hendon Hooker's stat line, who I think is a little bit better than C.J. Stroud. 70% completion, 195 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 pick. That is the kind of defense I think Ohio State's going to end up seeing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium on New Year's Eve. Like I said, the defense got embarrassed, and all they're going to hear is, oh, they gave up 30 points to a backup quarterback, and Georgia got lucky, yada, yada, yada. That's more than enough fuel for Kirby Smart to get these guys whipped back into shape, along with the massive brand that Ohio State brings. It's not going to be hard for Kirby Smart to get the players back into it. So, now let's flip the script. Ohio State against the physical Michigan team. The last time Ohio State scored a touchdown was with 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. In the second half, especially, the defense just absolutely crumbled for Ohio State. Georgia plays very similarly, except they do it through the air more often than what Michigan does. And with both Georgia and Michigan, it's one of those type of offenses where you can only contain it for so long. And you have seen this with Ohio State as well. You can only contain it for so long until the dam finally breaks. And for Ohio State, their best option: come out early, get that punches and bunches, and hope that the gap that you have created is big enough and Georgia just runs out of time. But Stroud's stat line against Michigan: 65% completion, 349, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Now, I think the secondary for Michigan is a lot better. I think you're only going to get 1, maybe 0 picks. But you're definitely not going to get 2 passing touchdowns out of C.J. Stroud. Not with that red zone defense. There is no team in the country better in the red zone than Georgia. Now, big stat that I want to point out. is what has given Nick Saban, Kirby Smart's mentor, and Kirby Smart the most fits. Mobile quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, Johnny Manziel, Cam Newton. What has CJ Stroud not been able to do very well all year? Run with the football. He extends plays fairly well, but there's no real danger to take off and run. I expect Marvin Harrison to not really be a big factor. I can see 100 yards and a touchdown, but you can't ask for much more given how Georgia Georgia plays defense. They're going to take out Marvin Harrison. You're going to have to rely on either Julian Fleming, Cade Stover, or the more likely, Emeka Egbuka, who actually played very well against Michigan, well enough to win. And can't really rely on Fleming or Stover because they have a tendency to drop the ball. Literally. And for all the Buckeyes saying nobody thought we would win in 2014 or 2002, well, in 2014 you had a dynamic offense and Cardale Jones with the best running back in college football with Ezekiel Elliott. And you also had Michael Thomas. You don't have an Ezekiel Elliott. 2002 you had Craig Krenzel, who was really good at pulling a victory out from the jaws of defeat. And you had Maurice Clarett, who is maybe the greatest what if in all of football. And defense led by Mike Doss and two-way star Chris Gamble. 2022 Ohio State defense is not very good. The run game is non existent. And CJ Stroud, he is a system quarterback, doesn't like going off script, very Jimmy G type quarterback. It's been a rough year for the Buckeyes, but there's always next year. I got Georgia winning the Peach Bowl 35-13. That is all I have for you today. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one. I'll be breaking down Michigan TCU.